Are you excited for another new gem Vekoma?
I'm ready.
Let's go. So we just got off of a back row ride on Big Bear Mountain. What'd you think?
It was really good. I liked the launches.
The launches were good. It has some good whip. In the back row, when you come off of that third launch, you get whipped down, especially if you're in the back row. This is a good ride. Now, we're gonna go back in line to ride it. So we just got off of a front row ride on Big Bear Mountain. What'd you think?
I thought it was still really good. I think, you're right, I give a slight edge to the back.
Yeah.
But both were really, really good rides.
Yes, there's those subtle floater airtime pops. It's got great speed. I love the whip. There's some decent G-forces after the third launch, which is awesome. This is a good ride. And the closest thing that I could compare this ride to is Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens, Tampa. Do you agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, and the operations today have been excellent so far.
We started with this because we expect, like Cheetah Hunt, this to get a very long line later.
Definitely. And another ride that's expected to possibly get a longer line later is Dragon Flyer. So we're off to do the Vekoma Suspended Family Coaster, which is the first Vekoma Suspended Family Coaster we've done. Are you excited?
Yeah, something new.
Let's go. So we just got off of a back row ride on Dragon Flyer. What'd you think?
It was a little better than I expected, honestly. It was a little bit forceful. I liked the first drop. We got some nice views of the park.
Yeah, I agree. And it's got a very forceful helix. There's a little bit of airtime going down the first drop. It was really, really good. Question though, is this better than Phoenix Rising?
I honestly hadn't thought about that yet.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was on the ride. Is it better than the B&M family inverts?
I don't know. It's been a little bit, but I think Phoenix Rising was slightly better.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with that because there's a lot more whip and there's a more noticeable positive G-force on the helix on Phoenix Rising, but this ride is all in all a great ride. So the next ride of the day is going to be Mystery Mine, the Gerstlauer Eurofighter. We've never done one. Are you excited for our first ever Eurofighter?
Yeah, I want to see how much we like it.
Yeah, and it looks really cool. It looks like a very weird layout. So I'm excited to see how this thing rides. All right, so how was that first ride ever on Mystery Mine?
It was kind of a mixed bag for me.
It's a mixed bag. It has great theming. It has great effects. The horses are okay, but man.
I really like the vertical lift hills too.
The vertical lift hills were good, and the turning drop after the second one was awesome. But that thing was shaky.
I know, you were going shaky the whole time.
Yep, it definitely has seen better years, but enough about the Gerstlauer. Let's go ride Wild Eagle, the B&M Wing.
Drop 13.5 stories and make some noise.
So we just got off of our very first ride ever on Wild Eagle at Dollywood. What'd you think of that wing coaster?
Raptera's better.
Raptera's better. The highlight of Wild Eagle is the first drop, which is so good. We were in the back right wing seat, and it gives great floater airtime. And Raptera's airtime hill gives much better floater airtime, but you get a little bit of floater airtime in the back row on Wild Eagle. But now we are going to get some cinnamon bread. We have procured the cinnamon bread. Are you excited for the cinnamon bread?
I'm ready.
So we just finished up the cinnamon bread. What'd you think?
Cinnamon bread was so good. It was definitely worth it.
Yes, and now we are going to get back on some coasters, starting with Firechaser Express. So we just got off of a back row ride on Firechaser Express. What'd you think of that Gerstlauer family coaster?
It was good. I really liked the backwards launch especially.
Yes, it throws you forward. It is so good. But Firechaser Express or Pegasus Express at Park Streaks?
I like Pegasus Express at Park Streaks more.
Yeah, I do too. The theming was great. The horses were good. But I will say, there are some noticeable floater airtime pops, especially in the back row on Firechaser Express. But now we're going from a family coaster to Thunderhead, the GCI wooden roller coaster.
If you are ready to ride, make some noise.
was that ride? First time, that was your 200th credit, back row on Thunderhead. What'd you think?
I think it was a great 200.
I think this is a phenomenal ride. I was out of my seat half the time with those quick ejector pops. It's got a little bit of wooden coaster bite to it, but it's still a great ride. It is awesome.
But will it be the #1 in the park? Because we have not done Lightning Rod yet.
That is the question. Is it better than Lightning Rod? Because as of right now, that's the best ride we've done all day.
Yes.
That thing is such a great ride, and we are definitely going to come back for Thunderhead. So, our next ride is going to be Dropline. Are you excited for this drop tower?
Yeah, it spins.
It's going to look really cool. Was that ride on Dropline, the drop tower at Dollywood?
It was really good, and we had some awesome views of the mountains.
Yes, beautiful views of the mountains, incredible views of all the park's coasters on the way up, and that drop was awesome. It had that very quick release, which sends you flying down. Now we're off to Tennessee Tornado. So how was that front row ride on the Tennessee Tornado?
It was a good arrow, not as good as Loch Ness Monster, but better than Anaconda and much better than Carolina Cyclone.
I agree. That is a fun layout, and it is a forceful ride. And the final brake run, you have so much speed going into it that you literally get a pop of abrupt airtime as you come into the final brakes. It is a great ride. Now we're off to go see if there are any other roller coasters that we need to do, and then we're gonna go get some re-rides on Wild Eagle and Thunderhead. All right, so we were gonna go see if Blazing Fury was open, but it is closed because it is getting some enhancements done. It's unknown what those enhancements are, but
unfortunately that means that
my 200th roller coaster will not be Lightning Rod, but next ride of the day is going to be Lightning Rod. So we just got off of our first ride ever on Lightning Rod in the back row. What'd you think?
it was a really good ride, but to me it still wasn't quite Wildcat's Revenge or Twisted Timbers.
Yeah, it's not Wildcat's Revenge or Twisted Timbers, but it's a great ride with some great airtime, and the quad down is legendary. That element and series is incredible, and I can see why there is a debate now as to which one's better, Lightning Rod or Thunderhead, because they are both phenomenal rides in this park.
This is our first time on Lightning Rod, so we can't compare it to the launch, so
yeah,
keep that in mind.
Yes, the lift hill just feels like any other ordinary RMC lift hill, but fun fact, there are Intamin seatbelts on Lightning Rod, which is a really interesting observation. But now we're actually gonna go see what we wanna ride. It will probably be either Wild Eagle or Thunderhead. So we just did 2 rides back to back on Thunderhead. Before that we did Wild Eagle. Let's talk about Wild Eagle real quick. What'd you think of a back left wing seat on Wild Eagle?
I liked it more than the right wing seat. I think it was because it was both smoother and more forceful.
Yeah, it was very forceful. I still think the best part of Wild Eagle is the first drop. Now let's move over to Thunderhead. The first ride was a back row seat, and this ride is amazing. The second ride was literally a front row ride in the pouring rain. What'd you think about that?
It brought me back to our first ride on Fury because it was kind of painful and I had my hands over my face.
Yeah, and it reminded me of Tropical Storm Ophelia in 2023 in September at Six Flags Great Adventure when we rode El Toro in the rain.
It's like tiny, it felt like tiny needles.
Tiny pinpricks, but all in all, Thunderhead is a great ride, and we'll see what the weather does, but as of right now, I am gonna have to give the edge to Thunderhead over Lightning Rod, but we will catch up with you real soon. So that's gonna be our first visit ever at Dollywood. What'd you think? What were the highlights?
Thunderhead was definitely the biggest highlight. I mean, I wanted to get on Lightning Rod one more time, but I don't think that's a possibility. We're soaked right now, it's really coming down, and it's almost closing time, so
Yeah.
we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have a chance to ride more rides tomorrow.
Yes, and we're excited to finally get a couple more re-rides on some of the coasters that we got to ride today. Other than Blazing Fury, we got everything. So we'll be back tomorrow for re-rides on some of our favorites. But until then, stay tuned for more content coming soon to Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.